Good morning. Welcome. I'm Kelly and this is my lovely assistant Rosa, and we're back for another week of activity video. And as you can see from my surroundings, we're back in the kitchen this week. So we are going to be making a really fun little treat, and it is on the theme of sheep. So our scripture this week is talking about Jesus as the good shepherd, but sheep is an image, are an image that are used throughout the Bible, particularly in the New Testament, with Jesus using that reference, sheep being a very kind, loving, peaceful animal. And so they get used as an example quite often. You have the parable of the lost sheep and Jesus himself being represented as a lamb, the shepherds watching their flocks by night. So all throughout the church year, there's an opportunity to do an activity around sheep. And this is really fun and really sweet and tasty too. So hopefully a fun treat for families to do together. So here are some things that you need. You need to make some cupcakes. You could do chocolate, but I think the vanilla works better for the sheep. But if you wanted to have black sheep, you could do chocolate. You need some icing. So I'll be honest, this was enough work that I just got a box of mix and mixed it up ahead of time. I had some store-bought icing in my fridge, but I'm not finding it works very well, so I ended up making a batch of homemade icing, some chocolate chips, some mini marshmallows, and maybe either chocolate almonds. I have leftover chocolate eggs from Easter, so that's what I'm using, and some toothpicks and something to spread your icing. Okay, so that's really most of what you need to make these little sheep. So here's what we're gonna do. I put my icing in a Ziploc bag because I'm not fancy and don't have piping bags. But I found just spreading it with a knife, maybe I didn't cook my my cupcakes long enough, but it was kind of pulling the top off my cupcakes. So I didn't want that. So I just made like a little circle of icing here, and then I'm gonna use my knife to spread it out evenly. So this isn't like fancy bakery cupcake where the icing is piled high. The icing in this case is it. You want to hold it? Is gonna be our glue. Okay, so that one's for you, and I'll do one more for me. Okay? Can we do this together? Do you think? You think you can make a sheep? What sound does a sheep make, Rosa?
Bah.
Bah, that's right. That's right. So, Rosa loves sheep. They're one of her first favorite animals. So, we have now both of our cupcakes covered in icing. It doesn't have to be beautiful because it's all going to be hidden. And then we're going to take the marshmallows, okay? And we're going to stick the marshmallows all over our cupcake. So Rosa, can you stick some marshmallows on your cupcake? Look, they stick. They stick to the icing. Can you do that? We'll see. So you stick them all over. You can be really methodical or you can be random about it. I don't think it makes a huge difference, whatever is your style. So obviously in this case, mini marshmallows work much better than big marshmallows. Oh, keep it there. You got to decorate it. You got to put your marshmallows on. And you want to leave a space in the front. Okay, so can you see there that I've left a gap in the front? And that's where the head of your sheep is going to go. Can you put more marshmallows on? Look, can you stick the marshmallows on? You just want to eat it. Okay, so here's my chocolate egg. Or like I said, you could use the recommendation is the chocolate almond, but I forgot to pick those up at the grocery store, and we all know we can't just make trips back to the grocery store right now for something we've forgotten, so I'm improvising a little bit with some leftover Easter candy. So I'm setting it far enough back that it's not gonna fall off because it's quite heavy. So set it right on like this, and then I'll fill in the space around with extra marshmallows. But I wanted to make sure there was enough space for the head before I got all the marshmallows on. How's your sheep coming, Rosa? You sticking on those marshmallows? There you go, you got it. Okay, so there's our sheep, and he's got his little head. And now this is where you have the opportunity to get a little fancy if you want. If you are detail oriented and have the patience for this. If not, like, I think it's kind of perfectly cute as is. But if you want to go the extra step, then what you can do is you can take a marshmallow and cut it in half. What are you doing? You sticking marshmallows on? No, you're just eating. Okay. And then use your toothpick to put a little icing on your half a marshmallow, like glue, and then kind of stick it to the top of the chocolate egg. Where did the other half of my marshmallow go? I don't know. Did you take it? Oh, it stuck to the other half of my knife. There it is. Found it. I'm sorry I accused you. That wasn't kind. And then I will put it on the hair. So now my sheep has little ears. Okay? And I'm going to use my toothpick again to try to get some icing there in a little round shape to give my sheep some eyes. So the white shows up really well on the chocolate. So I would say maybe if you were doing a black sheep with the chocolate, although there aren't dark marshmallows, I guess. So the chocolate would still stand out. But I think the white icing works better because if you had chocolate icing on a chocolate, then it might not turn out well. But if you use like a yogurt covered raisin or white chocolate covered almond, then you could just maybe use something dark for the eyes. So white eyes with no pupils are kind of creepy in my opinion. So I have another set of toothpicks. I just melted a couple chocolate chips in the microwave for 30 seconds. Look, I just have a little bowl of a couple of them there because you don't need very much at all. To just take your toothpick and dab in the middle of your icing. So now my sheep has eyes. So my sheep has eyes. My sheep has ears and woolly marshmallow fur, and it's ready to go. Oh, yours is beautiful, Rosa. Cake. And so then I've got a whole batch of these I can make up. So here's the one I made up ahead of time, and you can see they turned out pretty well. So we're gonna have a cute little flock of cupcake sheep. So there's a fun activity in the kitchen for you and your family this week as we celebrate Jesus, the Good Shepherd. All right, thanks so much for joining us. Rosa, can you wave bye-bye? Bye-bye. See you next time.